Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Utah Hockey broadcast. We have a pretty exciting game. I know I'm excited. Coming up here, it's going to be our women's one game, and it's going to be number 6 ranked University of Michigan facing the number 16 ranked University of Utah. This should be a fierce competition. The last time Utah played Michigan was in Ann Arbor, and they lost 3-2 in overtime. So I know that Utah is itching for payback here. We're getting ready for the national anthem, and following that, we will return with starting lineups and the game. Oh, we're not going to have, my apologies, we're not going to have the national anthem. We're just going to get ready for the opening puck drop. So let us go through the starting lineups really quickly. The forward line for the University of Michigan Wolverines is number 9, Kelsey Swanson, number 28, Robin Goldman, and number 77, Emily Malszewski. The defenders are going to be number 20, Annabelle Levinson, and number 39, Jamie McCarthy. In goal for the Wolverines is going to be number 41, Sandrine Poneth. For Utah, the forward line is number 9, Grace Cruikshank, number 11, Hallie Hansen, and number 14, Ava Kistner. The defenders are number 7, Megan Fish, and number 12, Izzy Hendry. And minding the pipes for Utah is number 31, Miranda D'Antoniano. I also want to welcome our University of Michigan folks. I know that some of you are going to be tuning in from Ann Arbor. I will do my best to get names and numbers correct. Thankfully, you have provided me with nameplates, which makes my life a lot easier. So welcome again, and of course, always I want to thank the support and joining me with our University of Utah fans. So the puck is dropped, and we are off. And the puck ends up in the Michigan zone. And Michigan is trying to get it out. Of course, Utah's trying to keep it in. Cruikshank fighting for the puck there in the corner, along with number 20, that's Levinson. Puck ends up on the other side, gets scooped up by Swanson. She's going to send it up, and here they come. It's going to be Malszewski carrying across the blue line, gets away from her, ends up in the corner. Hallie Hansen sends it along behind the net. And number 12, Kolwich calls for it. Puck ends up going back the other way. And who is that number? Oh, Izzy Hendry tries to get it loose. We got a little bit of a collision mid-ice. Fish forechecking on number 7, Lindahl. She's skating right for the net. D'Antoniano tries to make the save, but she loses the puck, and it ends up going high off the ice and bouncing back out. Finally scoots all the way out of the zone, all the way into the Michigan zone. No icing. Scooped up there by Shayna Goldberg. She sends it up to her teammate, skates it across the blue line on the right side. Nobody to pass to, though, because Michigan decides to go for a line change, so she's going to have to wait for her teammates to show up. Meanwhile, Utah scoops up the puck. German sends it back behind the net. Fighting for it along the boards there is going to be Hendry and a couple other people, a bunch of people. And that looks like that's actually Weber was back there. And now Michigan takes control. And I'm joined here tonight. This is Anita Tsuchiya. I'm going to be your play-by-play for the evening. I'm joined here by Jake Miller.
Hello there.
Hello,
Jake.
Jake.
It's going to be a good game.
I'm pretty excited about this. And, boy, I tell you, we didn't waste any time at all. We have our first penalty coming up. It's going to be against Utah. And that is Camden Harris. She's going to sit down 2 minutes for tripping. So, right off the bat, barely got the game started, and Utah's going to have to go on the penalty kill. And our penalty killing unit for Utah looks to be Hansen, McCain, Kistner, and I can't quite see the number on the gal in the back. I think that's Hendry. And Michigan controls off the drop. Sets up their box. And that's number 24, drops it, Proctor, drops it off into the corner. Out to the point, to Levinson, and then it gets away from Levinson and flung down by Utah all the way to the other end. Poneth has to stop it, and she sends it up to her defenders. And interesting, like Michigan, interesting to me is that Michigan has one goalie, no backup. So
it's a risky move for the roster spot, huh?
Well, I think you have to just make sure that your goalie doesn't ever get injured.
Or ejected.
Or ejected, yes, and that can happen. But anyway, Michigan comes into town, ranked number 6. They're doing very well this season. They, of course, have a long history of a strong hockey program. And shot on goal by Lindahl. Nice stick save by D'Antignano. And Utah managed to clear that puck all the way into their end. 57 seconds left in the period on Harris. And here comes Michigan again. Lindahl sends a pass off just out of reach of Evans. That's number 40, Mariah Evans. She skates around into the corner. A little bit of cycling there. Out to German, who sends it back to German, who sends it to Rubin, back to German. Puck ends up behind the net, digging for it hard. There's a couple players, 3 or 4 bodies back there, and finally Michigan comes up, tries the wraparound. Nice save by D'Antignano. And nice poke check there by Hansen. She's fighting hard for that puck right there in the neutral zone. Finally gets loose. And then here comes Lindahl again across the blue line. Skates through the circle, gets by one defender. She's going for the backhand. D'Antignano managed to deflect that, ends up popping into the corner where it's being dug out by German. And then Utah is still trying to get that crease, get that puck cleared out of the zone. Nice stick save by D'Antignano. Fighting puck, another shot on goal. D'Antignano deflects it into the corner. Whoa, big collision there in the corner, no whistle. And Michigan tries for a shot, but that gets deflected by a Utah defender. Utah really having trouble getting out of the zone. They finally do. And Kolwich waits for her teammates to clear the zone, then dumps it back in behind the net. Bai sends it around the boards to Harris. Penalty is over. Both teams back to full strength. And now here comes Eichel. She's going to go for it. She sends it in deep, and that's number 24, Amal Eichel. We have a pair of twins on the Utah team. We have Amal Eichel, 24, and 27 is Eileen Eichel. Looks like Michigan's got a couple of sisters as well. We've got Easy German, and I know I saw another German there. Katie German. Easy German's wearing number 6. Katie German's wearing number 10. And looks like we have another penalty coming up. And it looks to be on, oh no, it's going to be on Michigan this time. All right, so Ms. Kolwich, number 12, is going to sit for 2 minutes. The call is roughing. So let's see how Utah does on the power play. All right, face off to the right of Poneth. And not sure what's going on here. Oh, I think Utah tried to make a line change, and the referee's going to send her off and not going to permit the line change for this face-off. Utah controls. Oh, and then Harris, the puck gets away from Harris, and so it dribbles down onto the Utah zone. D'Antignano comes out of her crease to help out her defenders. Hendry behind the net. Nice little pass up to Kistner. Kistner powers through the neutral zone across the blue line. Sends it along behind the net. Skates behind net to circle, up to the point. Up to Hendry, back to Kistner. Kistner looking across to Hansen. Hansen lets one fly. The puck bounces out. Poneth had a little trouble with that rebound, got away from her, and Utah was whacking away at it, but then Poneth makes the save on the second shot, and we're going to have a face-off to her left.
Looks like the shot hit Proctor right in the arm. Looks like she was holding the arm going off the ice.
Oh, ouch, that's going to hurt. Yeah. If you're a regular skater on the ice, you don't have quite the arm protection that the goalie would. That's going to sting. All right, puck ends up deep in the Utah zone. Hendry's going to go swing by and pick that up. She starts the play from behind her own net. Nice little lead pass up to Kistner. Nice pass all the way across the ice to Hansen. Hansen tries to get by her defender, but unable to. Katie German's right on top of that. She breaks that up. 58 seconds left in the Utah advantage. Hendry to Hansen. Hansen looks ahead to Harris. Harris going to carry across the blue line. She's got help with Eichel on the other side. She lets fly. And boy, Poneth is not going to let anybody get near that puck. She just gloves it right out of space, hangs onto it for the face-off. so far, the teams look like they're kind of checking out, feeling each other out.
Yeah,
What do
they're
you
kind of
think?
going back and forth. Not much happening, but Michigan has been the dominant offensive force so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that for sure.
But hey, look, Utah looks to be picking it up on the offensive side, so you never know. This game could swing either way.
Yeah, well, and like I said, Utah only lost by 1 goal in overtime when they were in Ann Arbor earlier this season. I'm sure they're hoping to improve upon that. Oh, we have offsides. Oh, hoping to improve on that at home. A little bit of home cooking. All right, so of course that's offsides. We're going to have a face-off just outside the blue line. And this is not the last game of the evening. We still have the men's D1 coming up. That's going to be another pretty exciting game. I'm really looking forward to that one. It's going to be Arizona State.
Number 10 versus number 7, Arizona State.
Yep. That's going to be a good one.
Arizona State, I know for a fact, has amazing size on their team, so that'll be a
they
good
got
challenge.
big players on their team.
Good challenge for the Utes.
Absolutely. All right, Michigan's going to try and go for a little breakaway. Nice little poke check there by Hansen. And the puck ends up behind the Utah zone. And the penalty is over, and so the teams are back to full strength, 5-on-5. And Utah able to clear the zone. Kistner fighting for it along the boards. Cruikshank comes in to try and help. And then here's DeCreasy. She tries to intercept, but unable to. Hendry's going to carry it across herself. She goes and flings one on net. Nice stick save there by Ponath. Ooh, player goes down. No whistle. Looks like she just got tangled up and went down. And now here comes Michigan. Starting the play, and she's going to come along the boards. That's DeCreasy. Nice crossing pass to number 29, Ceballos. And now here comes Utah, and they're going to start a breakaway. It's going to be Torrey, drops the pass off to Carrig. And it gets picked up in the corner. Sent around by Michigan. Torrey's going to try and stop that. She does. Sends it out to the point to Stevenson. Stevenson dumps it back into the corner to Torrey. Torrey's getting pushed on pretty hard there by number 10. It looks like German. And there's a bunch of people back there. Puck's still pinned up along the boards. Carrick comes in to help. Michigan goes in there. Looks like Gargiulo finally fishes it out and sends a pass up ice to number 21 or 27. Looks like Eliason 21. Things getting rowdy here. That Michigan bench, boy, they're just like rocking the house with the pounding. Nice save by D'Antignano. That shot there was Mickey Rubin.
That
she let one
has
fly.
actually been the Utah bench.
It's been the Utah bench. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble for that one. I gave credit to the wrong team, and it's my team. Girls are not going to let me live that one down.
We got a traitor on our hands.
The girls are not going to let me live that one down for sure. All right. On the draw, McCain scoops the puck up, skates it around behind her own net, sends it up to Kistner. Gets hung up a little bit along the blue line. Hansen comes in to help, and then finally, oh no, it doesn't get cleared. And finally, now Kistner's got a chance for a breakaway, but she's got to get the puck first. Carries across the blue line. She's getting back check hard by number 12, that looks like, Kolwich. And then she flings it across, and now here's a breakaway chance for Michigan. But Hansen swoops in there and scoops it up. Christensen just couldn't beat Hansen in a skate race. A race for speed, and then Utah clears the puck out. It dribbles out. I think icing's going to get... Yeah, icing gets waved off. Michigan picks it up behind their own net. Tries to get something started. Buys in there to try and break it up. And then here comes Eichel. She's going to skate across. That's Amal Eichel. She's going to skate across the line. She ends up hung up in the corner, though. Still fighting for the puck. And Bai gets it. She lets a shot off from the point. Good job by Bai. I feel like the key for Utah is going to be to make sure they test the goalie and just keep trying to keep Michigan in this end as much as they can, because they are going to get out muscled, I think, by the Michigan team.
100%. They've been doing what they should be doing. They've been getting a lot of shots on goal. They just got to wear out this Michigan goalie. as you said, there's only one of them. So whatever happens, that Michigan's goalie will stay in goal.
Right. I'm seeing quite a size difference with the Michigan gals. They're quite a bit bigger physically, so I think Utah's got to really try and do whatever they can. Nice little move there by Eichel, and she carries it across the blue line in the circle. Oh, she tries to center pass for Yarrow, and Yarrow gets off a shot. Good job, Yarrow. And now here comes Michigan. It's going to be number 9. That's Swanson. She gets hung up along the boards and gets picked off. Utah tries to send it up. Utah gets a little bit caught in a line change there, but then Harris sends it in. Right up there to Hansen. Nielsen. Nielsen's got room to fly. She lets the shot fly. Another shot. And another shot. It ends up being the corner. Scooped up by Carrick. And then nice shot there by Hendry from the point. Saved by Poneth. Puck ends up in the corner. Nielsen's back there. Carrick's back there. Everybody's fighting for the puck. Still hung up in the corner. Still in the corner. And now Michigan's going to try and get around, but Torrey actually keeps it in. Good job on Torrey. And Carrick's got a chance. Nice shot there, but it hits somebody in the leg pads. Another shot deflects off a stick, goes off the glass. And now Michigan tries again, clear it out of the zone. Unable to do so. Nielsen's in there and make sure it stays in. Torrey's going to scoot along the boards behind the net. She's got Hansen waiting for her. Oh, and the puck squirts out on the other side. And Torrey's able to keep it in. Hendry's able to keep it in. Michigan and Utah fighting hard for that puck. Finally clears the zone, and now here's a breakaway chance, perhaps. Nope. Utah's going to go ahead and get it. That was number 23. Jesse Simmer was hoping for a breakaway, but nice poke check by Utah. And then here comes Michigan again, trying to send it in. Nice again. Another nice defense by Hansen. Nice poke check. But here comes 11. She's going to carry it in herself. That's Meg Bryce. Puck ends up in the corner. Nice centering pass. Oh, and Dantanano loses it for a second. She scrambles up onto her feet. One of the things that's pretty impressive about Dantanano is how quickly she's able to get up off the ice when she goes down. She pops up really quickly, especially considering all the padding she's got to have to deal with. All right, German trying to start something for her own zone, skates around. Passes to Gargiulo. Gargiulo tries to carry it along the ice, gets hung up by Kistner, and then that's number 21 again. Nice shot on goal, nice save by Dantanano. And Utah now, they've got a chance. Here comes Cruikshank. She's got support there by Eschel, but it's time for Cruikshank to go to the bench, so she goes for a switch. Kistner tries to send it up to the point. Ooh, gets intercepted by Lindahl. And then Stevenson sends back up. Nice little stretch pass from Stevenson. Harris tries to send it in, but it gets, again, deflected. Nice play there by Amel Eichel, muscling her defender off the puck. Shot by Mariah Evans goes wide. Stevenson again trying to get that puck, clear the zone. It ends up getting intercepted by Eileen Eichel. She sends it up to her sister. Amel, it's just out of her reach. And so it's going to come popping back in, and then Beck's got to try and clear it out. And she tries to clear it along the boards, but gets a little bit too much height on it. It ends up in the bench. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in this first period. Well, certainly can't fall asleep in this game.
No, definitely not. It's been good for both ways. Like, Michigan's defense has been doing well after this Utah barrage of shots recently.
Yeah.
And Utah's defense has also been holding up against this talented Michigan offense.
Yeah, very, very impressive. I shouldn't sound so surprised. I tell you, I'm just going to get myself in so much trouble before the night is done. And then what am I going to do when you're not here to save my butt, man?
I don't know.
I don't know. I know. Me getting in trouble. Imagine that. All right. Meanwhile, Utah is pressuring hard in the Michigan zone. Beck at the point. Back to Kistner. Back to Hansen. Back to Kistner. Back to Beck. And she flings it on. She flings it on goal, but it hits stick. Somebody sticks it away. And McCain is going to have to chase after it, but she's backed up by Beck. Fortunately, teammates helping each other out. Cruikshank dumps it in, then goes to the bench for a change. German scoops it up behind her own net, starts the play, tries to go for a long pass to Creasy, but it gets by Creasy. Icing waved off. Bai's going to go in the corner hard, and she does clear the zone. So Michigan's going to have to come on out and start over, so they start in their own zone. Nice little pass up to Creasy. She's fighting for it along the boards. She gets by Weber, and then nice little crossing pass by Matthews, but it goes all the way through. Trying to skate through, clears it up to Nielsen. She runs, and Nielsen runs right into German, and the puck ends up bouncing back in. Eliason digging for it in the corner. Weber and Eliason going for it hard. And then they get a couple of other people to join the party. Finally, Michigan looks like they've got a chance here. Nice little centering pass. Good deflection by Dantignano to break up that pass. Because she had, looks like DeCreasy was sitting there waiting, just waiting to pick her pocket. And we're going to have icing. So we've got 4 minutes, 46 seconds left in this period. I can't believe how fast the period went by.
Well, yeah, there hasn't been much stoppage.
Yeah, right? We haven't had a whole lot of stoppages.
But I think we just had 2 penalties. So yeah, this
how's our shots on goal doing these days? All right, a little bit of action here. And still in the Utah zone, Michigan really trying to mount a defense, but finally, or mount an offense, but finally Utah is able to clear the zone. And then here comes, that's number 19. Whoa, nice shot, nice save by Antignano. That was Gargiulo. That was quite a wrister. That had some whistle on it. All right, puck ends up behind the net. And it's going to get scooped up by Christensen. Ends up in the corner, and oh, we're going to have a penalty. I didn't see anybody actually go down, but I could actually, the referee said it so loudly, I could hear her say hooking.
Yeah.
So Alex Bye is going to go sit for 2 minutes for hooking, which means that Utah's going to have to go on the penalty kill. That happened so fast, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
All right, and our penalty killing unit's going to be Kistner, Hansen, Hendry, and on the far side, Fish. Michigan controls off the draw, out to the point, and that's German, sends it in there, but it goes wide. And Utah manages to clear the puck out of the zone, so 25, Rubin has to carry it all the way back and get everybody else out of the zone to start over. Swanson gets her pocket picked, and Kistner, tries to clear the puck and kind of loses her edge and ends up on the seat of her pants. And here comes Michigan. They got 3-on-3. Nice hard wrist shot there by, that's number 40, Mariah Evans. Dantignano had it the whole way. Squeezes it, and we're going to have a face-off to her left. Meanwhile, Alexander Bye's penalty. He's still 1 minute, 23 seconds left in that penalty. Utah doing a pretty good job on the penalty kill. I was a little worried about, Michigan's got some firepower, but looks like Utah's going to be able to hold their own.
Yeah, no, they've been doing fantastic on the defensive side of the ice. So we'll see if they can keep it up the rest of this period and hopefully the rest of the game.
All right, so now Michigan's starting something in their own zone, and Utah kind of interestingly is like not acting like they've got a man down. Cruikshank's right there. She's going to back check all the way. So is Harris, and she's successful. 57 seconds left in the penalty on Utah. All right, Proctor tries to send one in, but that gets sticked away, and Stevenson's going to scoop it up behind her own net, and she's going to send it all the way to the other end of the ice. Ponith is going to try and stop that short and send it up to her teammates to save them a little bit of extra skating space. And Michigan's really having trouble breaking out of their own zone.
I don't think they're used to being up a person and Utah pressuring this much.
Yeah, Utah's really back-checking aggressively, even though they're a player short. 24 seconds left in the Utah penalty. All right, Proctor skates around behind the net. And now she starts the box. German lets fly with something, but it hits somebody and goes into the corner. Gargiulo gets the puck taken away from her. And that looks like that is Hansen. And time is running down, and that's it. Teams are back to full strength. Utah successfully kills that penalty.
Really impressive by Utah. Just the way they just... don't even know how to say it. They
Yeah,
just
no,
completely
it's
surprised
very
Michigan.
impressive. Yeah, very impressive. They're really holding their own against Michigan. Michigan is, of course, historically a strong program, and they're coming in number 6 rated in the country, 10 spots up above Utah, who's only at 16. All right, we got a face-off in the Utah zone, and it ends up in the corner. McCain's back there trying to pick it loose. Hansen goes in there and goes down, and Lindell ends up with the puck to German. And then German sends the puck back to Lindell. Lindell's trying to send it centering pass, going for the wraparound. And D'Antognano, wow, what a save by D'Antognano. I think that was number 20. I think it was Levinson who tried to literally muscle the puck past D'Antognano, like just force the puck past her, and D'Antognano wasn't going to budge. And I've already said it, and you can probably see on the screen, this Michigan team, they're quite, I mean, there's a couple gals who are about, smaller or the same size, but there's quite a few of them that are quite a bit taller and heavier than the Utah team. And they thought they were going to have their way with young Miranda, and she said, nope, ain't happening. I also want to say hello to the D'Antognano family and tell them I'm doing my best to pronounce the tilde, the enya, as I'm supposed to. Please forgive me if occasionally I get tongue-tied. All right, here comes Michigan. Goldman knocks it in. Ends up going behind the net. And then Fish sends it up to Amal Eichel. She sends it across to Nielsen. Oh, gets all the way past to Eileen Eichel. She's got some room. She skates in the circle. She tries to flick it in there, but it bumps into somebody. Bounces off somebody. Fish sends it back in. Michigan skates it away, or sticks it away. Still keeping it in, though. I think that's Eileen Eichel. Yeah, she keeps it in, sends it into the corner. Meg Bryce tries to send it around the boards, but here comes Henry. She's going to try and keep it in. Oh, here we go. Here she comes. It's Malashewski. She's going to skate in hard. She skates past a couple people with it. D'Antognano has it. The angle covered all the way. Great save by Miranda. And both teams are going to take advantage of this little break to do a line change. They've been skating pretty fast, pretty hard. Not much of a let-up either way. So it looks like it's Matthews facing off against Hansen. Oh, and then the puck just kind of pops out from the point there. I think somebody shot it, and then it hit somebody on the way. But fortunately, goes wide of the Utah goal. And now the puck is hung up against the boards. Kistner's trying to get it out. And she finally does clear it out, bounces off the boards. And it's going to be a race. Here comes Cruikshank. She's not going to let that go. She's going to fight for it. Meanwhile, German is fighting for it. They end up in the corner. And that's it. End of the period. We get a big boom to finalize the period.
Really impressive play by both teams, honestly. You could tell no one's off their game, but no one is letting up. No one's making any mistakes so far.
Yep, it's been pretty impressive play. And both teams go to the locker room after our first period play. We are still tied 0-0. We're going to take a little break. We'll be back for the second period, folks.
Thanks for calling the Salt Lake Visitor Center. If you have any questions, please leave a message and we'll get back to you.
Hello! I tell you what, I'm just going to put you on speaker. All right, a little about me. I'm a bit of a phenomenal skier, so I want to take my family on a vacay, which is short for vacation. Hope you don't mind the abbreviations. I'm just short of time today, so I need to sort of hurry things along. Just a few simple questions for you. They call Salt Lake Ski City, but you do ski in the mountains, right? I'm just picturing myself skiing down the sidewalk there next to the shops. Knowing my luck, I'll do one of my big flips and end up in the traffic. So I don't want that to be the case. Look, I've got to go. You're really keeping me here. Although I will say, I'm going to see your Utah Jazz play a basketball game. And I've heard there's a couple of Australians in the team. So here's my question. Are they causing you any trouble? I just had a thought. The average snowfall near Salt Lake is 500 inches. If I was to utilise all of that to build a giant snow person, would that be majestic or a bit scary? Oh, hey, listen, just quietly. I'm a big family guy. You know that, I've told you that. But after a few days with them, I'm going to need a drink. That's legal, right? I hear Utah has the youngest population of any state. So if I was to head down to one of your hot rockin' clubs or a social event, would there be a youth person in there that might be able to explain Snapchat to me? My kids just won't do it. Now, I've heard there's a bit of a Sharks versus Jets rivalry between the skiers and the snowboarders. And if I made that movie, would you watch it? Ooh, when was your last Yeti sighting? Are you getting all this, by the way? I'm assuming you can rewind. The Utah state bird is a California gull. I mean, even you've got to admit that is confusing. I guess that's more of a statement than a question, but still I thought I'd bring it up. Now, your Ski City Super Pass, I take it that's part of the Marvel Universe. If I get that, will people call me the Winter Soldier Man? I really wish you could see this. All right, well, this would be costing me, so I better go. Thanks for everything. Bye.
This is Beth from the Salt Lake Visitor Center calling you back to answer your questions. First off, yes, you can absolutely drink here. We'd prefer if you ski in the mountains, and I'm happy to call you Winter Soldier.
My name is Marguerite Van Komen, and I'm a snowbird ski patrolman. My dog's name is Frank. What a good boy, huh? What a good boy you are. I start every morning waking up and having breakfast with the dog, and then we finish every day having dinner together, but everything in the middle changes. We train them using their own instincts, so instead of hunt for dinner, they're hunting for humans. A lot of thought goes into choosing these dogs. Number one, they've got to be able to handle the cold. Number two, they got to be pretty hardy. And three, we're looking for very high drive dogs. The dog that is going to chew your sofa up at home, we want that dog. The people, the mountain at Snowbird, it's just special. And everything you want to do is here in Salt Lake. Get off the plane, grab your gear from the luggage cart, and within 30 to 45 minutes, you're up here and skiing on snow. You know, Salt Lake is super unique. We have 4 full seasons. So you can come up, ski all morning till the snow gets a little too smushy, and then you go and hit 18 at the golf course at the bottom of the mouth, and then you can go out for a wonderful dinner and see theater. It's amazing how much you can fit into your day. And not only do we have everything that you want to do, but we have great people to do it with. Everyone wants to be outdoors, happy, and go and play. Every day is different, and I love that. I love showing up to work and going, what is on the plate today? Snowbird is my family, and Salt Lake is my home, and Frank is a great part of that. My name is Marguerite Van Komen. I'm a snowbird ski patrolman, and I am Salt Lake.
All right, folks, we are back for the second period. And I have big apologies and a correction to make. I looked at my roster and I thought it was going to be Miranda D'Antagnano starting, but it was Samantha Griswold. My apologies to the Griswold family. A helpful fan came over and corrected me. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. So sorry, Sam. I was giving credit all to the wrong goalie. And we are off on the second period. Kistner is going to carry it across the blue line. She's going for a centering pass. It hits a skate and walks loose. And then Cruikshank is there for the rebound. Boy, Potneth had to do a little bit of scrambling there because Cruikshank was right on top of her for that rebound. She tries to poke it in, but nonetheless, Potneth makes a save. We're going to have a face-off in the Michigan end. So what were the shots on goal, Jake? That last period. Look that up for me if you would.
It says that Michigan had 12 shots and Utah only had 7.
Had 7, all right, but not a huge difference.
Not huge.
Not a huge difference, and especially I felt like that happened like early in the period, right? Right at the beginning is when Michigan was kind of swarming Utah a little bit there. All right, so we're gonna have another face-off. Looks like that's Hansen facing off against, can't quite see the number there. Who is that? She's the captain, whoever that is. All right, and then we're going to fight for the puck here along the boards. Coming into the Utah zone. Still fighting for the puck along the boards. Finally, it comes loose. Kistner's got it. She's going to cross the blue line. She goes for a shot and whiffs on it, unfortunately. Nonetheless, Pont decides to put a stop to that. All right, we're going to have a face-off, another face-off in the Michigan end. This kind of bodes well for Utah. 3 face-offs, all in the Michigan end, all because of shots on goal. Oh, and then poor Eileen didn't realize the puck was sitting right by her feet. And now here we go. Here comes Michigan coming down because the puck scoots up into the Utah zone. That's going to be Lindahl. Lindahl, one of the faster skaters on this Michigan team as far as I can tell. Puck ends up in the corner. Eichel fighting for it along the boards. McCain goes in there to help, and finally Eileen Eichel comes up with it. Amel's able to keep it in. She sends it back in. Then Michigan takes it. Michigan goes for a line change. Now they're trying to set up their offense. It's going to bounce into the corner. McCain's going to go hard into the corner, trying to clear that puck out. Ends up going behind the net. Beck's back there. Back to McCain. Kane being checked hard there by number 21, Eliason. Beck fighting for it, and it gets by Harris and goes all the way out into the Michigan zone. And it is going to be icing. Seems like this game seems very physical to me.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a lot of hitting, a lot of kind of like bumping in the corners and scrapping hard in the corners, especially along the boards as well. All right, face-off to the right of Griswold. And Michigan's trying to set up their defense out to the point. Shot, gets deflected. Beck's right there to push it into the corner. Gets sent along the boards. And Michigan, DeCreasy picks it up. She tries for a skate by. Nice save by Griswold. Gets sticked away into the corner.
It looks like it hit the back post.
Did it hit the back post? Wow. All right. Here comes Michigan again with their second rush. It's going to be number 10. That is German. Her shot goes wide. And now here's Cruikshank with a chance, and she's got support with Kistner. Her shot goes wide. Cruikshank's shot goes wide. Now Michigan comes back the other way. DeCreasy skating in. That puck gets poked away by Hansen. Fighting for the puck there. Bai sends it up to Kistner. Gets picked off by number 9. That's Swanson. She carries across the line. She tries to go for a centering pass. Unable to do so. Waiting there for it was Malashewski, but puck doesn't get to her and ends up in the opposite corner. Now Bai's going to skate behind the net. And it's going to get picked up by Weber. Sends it up. Oh, and it gets picked off there by the Michigan player. That is that number 20, I believe? Levinson. She flings it towards the net, and Griswold's got to make the save, so we're going to have a face-off to her right. And Utah uses that to change lines, get some fresh legs on the ice. In the face-off, it's going to be Malashewski facing off against Carrig for Utah. Puck is still kind of bouncing around. Nobody's got control of it yet. Finally, it squirts into the corner. German tries to center it, gets sticked away. Pimentel's got it. She sends it up to Tori. Tori sends it across. Gets picked off by Malashewski. And then Tori sends it across again to Stevenson. Nice little lead pass there to, looks like Nielsen. She sends it in deep. And goes and chases after the rebound, and Ponce decides to just cover it up. We've got 16 minutes, 23 seconds in the second period. And as Jake mentioned, Michigan has been out shooting Utah, although by now it may have evened up a little bit. Kind of hard to tell. And Utah goes and digs for it in the corner. That looks like, I believe that's Amalaichel in the corner. Utah trying to set up their offense. And the puck gets loose, gets away from Beck, and then here comes Lindell. She's going to skate hard, but it's going to be icing. So it's going to come back to the Michigan end. And Utah takes advantage of the break for a line change. Well, I'm afraid, Jake, it won't be quite as exciting as the men's 2 game that you like so much, with all the extra penalties and post-whistle extra activities.
That was something else, wasn't it?
It sure was. All right, here comes Michigan. And skating across the blue line, that is, I'm going to guess that's German. I can't quite see her number, but sure looks like her. And no, I'm sorry, it's not. It is number 40. That's Mariah Evans. And puck ends up in the corner. Utah recovers. Hallie Hansen up to Kistner. Kistner tries to send a pass across to Cruikshank. He gets away from her. Cruikshank's still fighting for it to try to get across the blue line. She does, and then she goes ahead and flings it on goal. However, her shot goes wide. And Utah goes for a line change. So McCain out to Fish. Nice pass off to Harris. To Amalaichel, she flings one right on net, and Poneth gloves it and squeezes it for the save. And it's interesting. I think if you check for him, Jake, Michigan comes in. They're actually a fairly low-scoring team. I think the top five players, goal scorers for Michigan, they haven't actually scored a lot of points.
No, their top scorer only is sitting at 6 points with 5 goals and 1 assist. That is Maria de
Creasy. Yeah, de Creasy. Oh, there's some tongue twisters on this team, I tell you.
Definitely. I was scared to say that one.
That's all right. I can screw that up for you instead.
Sounds good.
But yeah, so I was kind of surprised as well. So the key must be that Michigan, if they don't score a lot of goals, then they must not allow a lot of goals.
That must be it.
And I believe Poneth, she's got a pretty good save percentage.
Yeah, her save percentage is 95.5%.
And, of course, Michigan plays in a pretty competitive league, so I have no doubt they're playing against teams who know how to score. All right, Utah recovers that one. Amalaichel sends it up to Eileen. Eichel carries across the blue line through the circle. She flings it on net. That's, I think, what the key here going to be for Utah is just keep throwing that puck at the net. Keep challenging Poneth. And maybe we can, maybe we'll be able to take advantage of the fact that I don't think Ann Arbor is very high above sea level, so maybe we can tire them out since we're here up a little bit higher in elevation. Also, we've got a bigger ice, wider. It's a few meters wider because it's an Olympic ice. So maybe that'll be the strategy to kind of wear Michigan out. And I don't think Michigan didn't play last night, so this is going to be their first game of the weekend. So we can't count on that. And here's our face-off in the Michigan zone. Utah controls. Pimentel tries to fling it in, bounces off skates, so she goes again, and then Kistner has a swack at it. Hansen has a whack at it, ends up in the corner. Hansen trying to get it out to Kistner. Kistner's going to go swing around, out to Pimentel. Pimentel's going to go and shoot it in there. Good job. Kistner was there for the deflection, but unable to get her stick on it. Michigan's trying to get it out. Utah trying to keep it in. Puck's bouncing around. Cruikshank dumps it in towards the net, goes wide. Kistner's going to go into the corner, chasing after it. Hansen tries to go for a centering pass, and then Cruikshank goes for a centering pass, and finally Michigan managed to get that puck loose. Nice little poke check by Stevenson, stopping that breakaway by Michigan. Malszewski picks up the puck in her own zone. I'm sorry, in the Utah zone. Getting confused now. And then she picks up a rebound in the corner. She goes for centering pass to Lindahl. Lindahl's out there. She's being supported by Evans. And then Lindahl goes for a slapper from the middle slot. Wow, that had like some heat on it.
Yeah. Just a well-timed shot. You know, she had an opening, saw it, and took it immediately.
Yep, and boy, that one had some, like I said, had some heat on it. So Michigan gets on the board first at 12:57 in the second period. Lindahl, and then in a bit, I'm going to ask Jake to look up the assist for me because I don't remember who the assist was. Utah starts again with control of the puck. And that's Eichel to Eichel. Amel skating hard into the corner, going after that puck. She gets squashed into the boards. The puck is still over there in the corner. She pops right back up, fighting for the puck. Finally gets dug out by Matthews. Matthews sends it up to Lindahl. Lindahl gets tied up by Hendry. Good defensive play by Hendry to tie up Lindahl so she couldn't just get the breakaway.
So the goal was actually scored by Lindahl, assisted by German.
Okay. By German. I think the Lindahl and German are going to be the dynamic duo that Utah's going to have to be watch out for because German has already had a couple of close shots. Lindahl has already had a couple of close shots, and they seem to play together very well. And there's a shot on goal by number 19, Gargiulo, and Griswold covers it up. And unlike Michigan, Utah has 3 goalies. We have Samantha Griswold. We also have Miranda D'Antognano, and then we have a third goalie, Sarah Olsen. And last night we saw Miranda D'Antognano. She played. That was the game against, I believe, was Montana State. And this evening it's Griswold's turn. All right, Michigan fighting hard, trying to get that puck out of the zone. Trying to start something. Utah trying very hard to keep it in, unable to, but Kistner just dumps it in there because it's time for a change. And then McCain to Beck. Nice little tap up to Harris. Back up to Hansen. Back to Harris. She's getting checked hard though. And then Griswold sends it out into the corner, out of harm's way. Harris sends it up to Eileen Eichel. She's digging for the puck, and she sends it back to McCain. McCain tries to go for the stretch pass, but Harris got kind of tied up with her with the player who's tailing her, so that was out of her reach. So it's going to be icing, and we're going to have a face-off back in the Utah zone. And here we go. It's going to be Amel Eichel facing off against number 17, Matthews. Michigan controls the draw. Puck ends up in the corner. Desir. Wow, nice little play there. Wow.
Great save by Griswold right there.
Great save by Griswold. DeCreasy really was going for the wraparound, and then she saw her teammates stand out there, and Griswold makes another save. We have a penalty coming up. And it looks like Beck, number 23. Carson Beck is going to go and sit for 2 minutes in the penalty box. And the referee's not going to help me out with a hand signal. She told the scorekeeper verbally, so I'm not sure what it is, but it is a 2-minute minor. Utah's going to be shorthanded for 2 minutes. And the penalty killing unit looks to be Nielsen by Weber and Cruikshank. Michigan's having a little trouble, and now Gracie Cruikshank has a breakaway chance, and she's being supported by Nielsen. She goes ahead and flings it on goal, but it goes wide. It's going to come all the way around. Bai's going to scoop it up, send it back up along the boards. Michigan recovers, and now here comes Michigan. They're going to go for a try. And they decide instead to set up for a box. Of course, they have plenty of time. 1:33 left in the Utah penalty. German flings it on goal, and Griswold covers it up. Utah bench getting rowdy again. And both teams decided to go get some fresh legs on the ice. So now the new penalty killing unit's going to be Hendry, Hansen, Fish, and Kistner. Kistner gets that puck, pokes it away. It's going to be a race between Kistner and Creasy. Close race. Michigan comes up with it. Skates across the blue line. Looks like that's German. She skates it across. Ends up in the corner. I'm sorry, no, that's number 40, Mariah Evans. DeCreasy going for it hard in the corner, being checked hard by Hansen. Utah really still trying to get the puck out of the zone. They need to kill this penalty and get that puck out of the zone. Proctor skates around the corner, and she slows things down, sets up the cycle to DeCreasy. Nice little stick maneuver there by Hansen, breaks up that shot. Gargiulo ends up behind the net. 37 seconds left in the Utah penalty. And Gargiulo comes again around, out to Evans. Evans, back to Gargiulo. Oh, and then it skips by, and boy, this is the Utah net. That was a little scary. Levinson in the corner. Michigan still fighting to get that puck. 12 seconds left in the Utah penalty. Matthews to Evans. Evans out to the point. To Levinson. She wraps around behind the net. Just out of the reach of Rubin. And Rubin ends up in the corner with Hansen. And it looks like Torrey as well, fighting for the puck. And that's it. Teams are back to full strength. Utah effectively killing off that penalty. And a little bit of dangerous bounce there next to the crease, but it gets sticked away. Michigan trying to take advantage of the confusion. And Kistner goes and fights hard for the puck. Another centering pass, and here comes a hard one. A nice hard shot by, that looks like that was number 10. German, but it gets deflected along the way, and now the puck's along the boards. Now Utah just needs to get that puck out of the zone and regroup. Michigan's not letting them, though. Michigan's really taking a lot of time, getting a lot of chances in this one shift. Fish to Kistner. Nice little stretch pass out to Harris, but she can't quite handle it, and so it's going to come back, and here comes Lindahl along with German. This is going to be trouble for Utah. Oh, not German. It's number 9. Swanson. Now here comes German. Out up to Lindahl, but gets by Lindahl. Pass goes up to, and it doesn't get to Harris either. So puck is kind of bouncing around, a little bit of pinball there in the neutral zone. Pimentel picks it up. She's being checked hard by Lindahl. Lindahl. Bai comes in to help. Number 20, that is Levinson, comes in to help. Puck finally ends up getting scooped out there by Pimentel. Now Amal Eichel is in the fray. And looks like we are going to have a save by Griswold, which means a face-off in the Utah zone. Utah goes for a line change. I believe Michigan goes for a line change as well. And it's going to be Lindahl facing off against, looks like Nielsen. Michigan controls off the draw. Boy, this puck's been in the zone a long, long time in the Utah zone.
Yeah, Utah cannot seem to get the puck out of their zone. They're just constantly on defense for the past 5 minutes, it seems like.
Yeah, been a long time. All right, Torrey skating it in the corner. She loses the puck. Nice defense by Bai to break up that centering pass attempt. And here comes Utah. Yarrow skating hard into the corner. Tori's down there to give her support. Nielsen's going to have to skate hard. She's going to cut that one off. She does. She cuts it off, sends it back to Tori into the corner. Oh, gosh, that lifted pass just missed hitting Nielsen in the helmet. And then Tori goes for a shot, or Harris goes for a shot. She gets bumped off the puck. Kolwich is trying to send it up to her teammate. Utah keeps it in. Harris is going to go behind the net, fighting for the puck back there, behind there, along with Goldberg. Harris has still got control. Going back and forth, looking for somebody. She's going to send it out to the point to Bai. Bai's going to let one go, but it bounces off it to Creasy. And then Utah's trying to get something back into the Michigan zone. They finally do. And then Harris, Bai skates hard into Creasy, and Creasy's stick goes flying. And now Stevenson's jammed in the corner. Puck comes back out. A nice little one-timer there by Eliason, but it's blocked by the defender, and now we've got a big scramble. The puck's bouncing around loose. Michigan is still trying to fling it in, and Griswold finally does a full belly flop, makes a fantastic save after losing her stick.
Like she panicked a little bit. She saw the puck coming at her. She knew she had to jump on it.
That's right. She had no stick and just jumped on it, did the big belly flop. And Griswold, again, another one of those goalies, very nimble. She goes down, she's very quick to get back up, very quick if she ends up having to do a kick save and jump back up on her skates. I think she has probably the most time played of our goalies right now. She's got the most minutes played. All right, now we've got a face-off here. Looks like it's Nielsen for Utah, and the puck is still tantalizingly sitting in the circle, and finally German gets it. She sends it out to Eliason, or to Evans, I'm sorry, back to German. And goes for the deflection. Lindo is hoping for the deflection, but not going to happen. Not with Samantha Griswold in the net. She denies that shot again. 1:46 left of the penalty to Bai. And now the penalty killing unit is going to be Fish, Hansen, Kistner, and I can't quite see who's on the far side. Looks like that's Weber. Whoa, that puck drop almost went over Griswold's head. That had a weird little bounce.
Great reaction time by Griswold to locate where the puck was above her, and she just, again, dives on it.
Dives on it again. I tell you, this could easily be a 2-goal difference if it wasn't for Samantha Griswold right now.
100%. She has been holding her own for sure, doing amazing.
All right, Evans to Michigan's Swanson, and Utah does clear the puck out of the zone. 1:32 left in the penalty against Bai. And here comes Michigan. It's going to be German setting up the play as usual. She drops a pass to Evans, and then German goes for a shot. Griswold makes a save, scrambles to her feet. Puck still bouncing around, ends up behind the net. McCain is back there fighting hard for it with Swanson. Lindo comes and finally digs the puck out, and she's being checked hard by Nielsen. And then Cruikshank comes up with it, but she's got no help right now. She's going to just dump it in there very wisely because she didn't have any support. She goes to the bench for a change. Fresh legs come out for Utah. 48 seconds left in the penalty against Utah. Here comes Michigan again. That's going to be number 25, sends it in. That's Mickey Rubin. And Utah flings it back out. Nice little defensive move there by Stevenson of Utah. DeCreasy carrying along the boards, sends it up to Proctor, but it gets by her, so it's going to be icing. 24 seconds left in the Utah penalty. And we're going to, of course, be off to Ponus right. My senior broadcast partner, Patrick McGann, is going to be so disappointed that he missed this Michigan game because he's been to a few Michigan games at Yost Arena, and he would have missed seeing the flashy yellow Wolverine jersey since he is quite the jersey nerd.
When I look at Michigan, I admire their helmets. Like,
I admire the helmets too.
Same design they have for their football team. Just, it works so cleanly.
And both teams back to full strength. Utah again effectively kills off the penalty. All right, Stevenson doesn't realize the puck's down by her feet. And then Amal Eichel scoops it up. She sends it out of the zone, fortunately. Levinson tries to send it back in. It gets hung up along the boards and finally ends up behind the net. Stevenson's going to go back there. Fish is going to scoop it up instead. She's going to send it up, but it gets intercepted by number 12, Kolwich, who sends it back in deep. And then, oh my goodness, watch out, folks. I hope you're paying attention because that puck could come flying out of the net, flying out of the rink, and it's going to sting when it hits you. It's going to leave a mark. Looks like everybody's okay. And we're going to have a face-off here. Looks like that is Malashewski for Michigan facing off against Amal Eichel. I think that's Amal Eichel. No, it was Eileen. Sorry, Eileen. Eileen Eichel, number 27. Utah controls. Harris skates across and then dumps it into the corner. And Michigan goes ahead and clears it out, but Bai is there to tap it back into the neutral zone. Harris fighting for the puck along the boards. Then Bai sends it up. Oh, just out of the reach of Amal Eichel. And the puck ends up in the back. Beck sends it across to Bai. And Bai was trying to send it back to Beck, but she didn't realize that, whoa, no penalty, even though a little bit of a tangle up there. And number 20, it looks like, goes down, Annabelle Levinson. Puck ends up back in the corner. A little bit of a scramble right now. I think Utah needs to settle down a little bit and set up their defense. That looks a little bit better. Here comes Eileen Eichel. Trying to get the puck. Oh, that's not a good idea. Malashewski's right there for the rebound, but another nice save by Griswold covering up that near post. Shoving that skate right up to the post and closing up that gap. Here comes number 23, Jessie Simmer. She tries to get a pass out to the point, but it squirts out all the way out of the zone. So Michigan's got to clear the zone. Beck's going to go chase after it. Being pursued by Lindell. 25 scoops it up. That's Mickey Rubin, Michigan captain. Oh, centering pass doesn't quite work. Oh, just out of reach of Cruikshank. It's just everybody's batting away at the puck, and it pops up over Griswold, who was already trying to make the first save, and she couldn't get up in time. And we have another goal by Michigan at 1 minute, 17 seconds in the second period. So Michigan takes a 2-0 lead.
That goal was extremely just kind of sloppy play.
It's kind of chaotic.
Very chaotic. It was just everyone batting the puck back and forth. All of a sudden it popped up and just went over Griswold.
Right, and Griswold doesn't have a lot of choice. If it's on the ice, she's got to go down.
Yeah.
And, it really just literally popped up over her head and over behind her. And it looks like we're going to have puck in the Michigan zone. And it swings all the way around, being pursued there by Hansen. She flings it up. Nice little pass up. Oh! I was going to say, nice little pass up to Cruikshank, but then Cruikshank can't quite get it off her blade, and then quickly Proctor flings it on goal. And so we are going to have a face-off to the left of Griswold. Both teams, of course, at full strength. No penalties on this one. So Eileen Eichel's facing off against Malashewski. And kept in. Annabelle Levinson keeps it in, sends it back along the boards, gets poke checked loose. Still getting poked loose, and then Levinson goes ahead and takes it herself. I'm sorry, not Levinson. That was number 23, Jessie Simmer, and she flings the shot on net. And I think, again, Griswold is not happy. I think she feels like she got interfered with. Oh, no, she's talking to her teammates. It looked like the defense broke down, and then Simmer just kind of skated in and had nothing but, open space.
Yeah, the defense of Utah for the past, I want to say 5 minutes, just has not looked the same as we saw in the first period.
Yeah,
they're really
kind of broke
just
down a
letting
little bit.
Michigan walk all over them.
All right, another save there, and right off the bat, that is, who took that shot? Number 9, I believe, of Michigan? Is that Swanson? I need her to turn around so I can see the back. Nope, it's DeCreasy. It's DeCreasy. So we've got a 3-0 lead by Michigan. We've just got 33 seconds left in the period. Malashushi's going to face off against Hansen in the Utah zone. Utah controls. Having trouble clearing out of the zone, though, and here we go. Grace Cruikshank's going to go for it. She doesn't have any help, but she's going to go ahead and take a swat at it. Nice save, and it goes in. It doesn't go in. Wow.
That puck just sat on the line for a good second.
Kistner was trying so hard to get there in time because she could see the puck sitting on the line. Ponath had no idea it was behind her. And Kistner was desperately trying to get there in time to poke it in, and then we could see the official wave off, basically blow the whistle and wave off any chance of pushing that goal into the net. Bit of a tough break for Utah because I think the official blew the whistle because he lost sight of the puck, even though the puck was exposed. But them's the breaks, as they say. So face off in the Michigan zone. Looks like that's going to be Rubin facing off against Hansen. Utah controls. Cruikshank. Nice little centering pass to Kistner, but it gets deflected into the corner. Nielsen's trying to keep it in. She goes for a centering pass, but it gets by everyone except for the Michigan player, and now Michigan's going to try and set up something. Actually, they're just going to hold the puck because they realize the time is winding down. And the two teams go to the locker rooms. Michigan leading Utah 3-0. Bit of a kind of an uneven period, I'd say, the second period.
Michigan definitely just went all out that period and definitely just took over the game.
Yep. So we are also going to take a little break, and folks, we will be back for the third period. Don't go away.
Thanks for calling the Salt Lake Visitor Center. If you have any questions, please leave a message and we'll get back to you.
Hello! I tell you what, I'm just going to put you on speaker. All right, a little about me. I'm a bit of a phenomenal skier, so I want to take my family on a vacay, which is short for vacation. Hope you don't mind the abbreviations. I'm just short of time today, so I need to sort of hurry things along. Just a few simple questions for you. They call Salt Lake Ski City, but you do ski in the mountains, right? I'm just picturing myself skiing down the sidewalk there next to the shops. Knowing my luck, I'll do one of my big flips and end up in the traffic. So I don't want that to be the case. Look, I've got to go. You're really keeping me here. Although I will say, I'm going to see your Utah Jazz play a basketball game, and I've heard there's a couple of Australians in the team. So here's my question. Are they causing you any trouble? I just had a thought. The average snowfall near Salt Lake is 500 inches. If I was to utilise all of that to build a giant snow person, would that be majestic or a bit scary? Oh, hey, listen, just quietly. I'm a big family guy. You know that, I've told you that. But after a few days with them, I'm going to need a drink. That's legal, right? I hear Utah has the youngest population of any state. So if I was to head down to one of your hot rockin' clubs or a social event, would there be a youth person in there that might be able to explain Snapchat to me? My kids just won't do it. Now, I've heard there's a bit of a Sharks versus Jets rivalry between the skiers and the snowboarders. And if I made that movie, would you watch it? Oh, when was your last Yeti sighting? Are you getting all this, by the way? I'm assuming you can rewind. The Utah state bird is a California gull. I mean, even you've got to admit that is confusing. I guess that's more of a statement than a question, but still I thought I'd bring it up. Now, your Ski City Super Pass, I take it that's part of the Marvel Universe. If I get that, will people call me the Winter Soldier Man? I really wish you could see this. All right, well, this will be costing me, so I better go. Thanks for everything. Bye.
Hi, this is Beth Beth from the Salt Lake Visitor Center calling you back to answer your questions. First off, yes, you can absolutely drink here. We'd prefer if you ski in the mountains, and I'm happy to call you Winter Soldier.
My name is Marguerite Van Komen, and I'm a snowbird ski patrolman. My dog's name is Frank. What a good boy, huh? What a good boy you are. I start every morning waking up and having breakfast with the dog, and then we finish every day having dinner together, but everything in the middle changes. We train them using their own instincts, so instead of hunt for dinner, they're hunting for humans. A lot of thought goes into choosing these dogs. Number one, they've got to be able to handle the cold. Number two, they got to be pretty hardy. And three, we're looking for very high drive dogs. The dog that is going to chew your sofa up at home, we want that dog. The people, the mountain at Snowbird, it's just special. And everything you want to do is here in Salt Lake. Get off the plane, grab your gear from the luggage cart, and within 30 to 45 minutes, you're up here and skiing on snow. You know, Salt Lake is super unique. We have 4 full seasons. So you can come up, ski all morning till the snow gets a little too smushy, and then you go and hit 18 at the golf course at the bottom of the mouth, and then you can go out for a wonderful dinner and see theater. It's amazing how much you can fit into your day. And not only do we have everything that you want to do, but we have great people to do it with. Everyone wants to be outdoors, happy, and go and play. Every day is different, and I love that. I love showing up to work and going, what is on the plate today? Snowbird is my family, and Salt Lake is my home, and Frank is a great part of that. My name is Marguerite Van Komen. I'm a snowbird ski patrolman, and I am Salt Lake.
right, folks, we are back for the third and final period of this game. Michigan is leading Utah 3-0. 3 is not an insurmountable goal.
Anything is possible. You never know. Utah could have a good comeback. They just have to play like they did in the first period. That second period was unacceptable. Their defense was just nowhere to be seen.
Yep, I would say that second period was clearly not one of the highlight reels. All right. Utah fighting for the puck here, right near the edge of the blue line. Finally squirts out. And right off the bat, number 40, Mariah Evans flings the shot on goal. Griswold squeezes it. All right, let me see here something. All right, I think perhaps we have a goalie change because I'm seeing different pads.
Yeah, it looks like Dan Tignano is in the game.
Unless I'm confused, because Griswold normally has the green and white pads, and I think this is now Dantignano, who I called poor Sam the whole first period. But anyway, now finally they've caught up to me, and we have a goalie change for Utah. Yep, her ponytail. She's got a much longer ponytail. All right, so we have I think it's icing. I'm not really sure because they're all kind of skinning around in circles here, but it looks like, okay, we are going to have a face-off right here.
Looks like it was an offsides.
Oh, sorry, not icing. Yes, offsides. Offsides. My brain knew that. My mouth didn't know that. All right, and here comes Michigan right across the blue line. Big shot there by number 24, Aaron Proctor, goes wide. Another shot in there by Kolwich that goes wide. Goldberg sends it back in, gets intercepted by Utah. Oh man, that was not a good idea by Utah. I think that was Bai trying to get the puck out of the zone, but instead she passed it right to Proctor. Fortunately, she followed up and tied her up so she couldn't take a shot on goal. DeCreasy trying to start something, gets picked off by Cruikshank. Cruikshank's going to fight for it, go along the corner, behind the net, trying to center that pass. She's being forechecked hard by two Michigan players. Finally, McCain tries to send it, but it goes and hits somebody in the skate. And now here comes Michigan down the right side. Shot on net. Nice save there by Dantignano. And the puck ends up in the corner. McCain's going to go chase after it. She sends it along the boards to Kistner. Kistner's being pursued there by Matthews. She sends it across to Cruikshank. Cruikshank's going to have to skate hard to get there first. Can she do it? Oh, and she gets it, stays on her feet. Good job there. She spins the other player around. But the shot goes wide. It is deflected a little bit by Poneth. Beck sends it back around the boards. Amelisha's going to have to hustle to get there first, but she is unable to. And, oh, Utah does keep it in to the Michigan zone. And now here comes Michigan. They're going to skate it around the boards. Picked off by Hendry. Being pursued there by, that's number 28, Goldman. And the puck's going to squirt back into the Michigan zone, but a little bit too far, and this time it's icing. And we can see the Arizona State Sun Devils are here, getting ready for the men's game. We are a little bit behind schedule, so they probably got here a little bit early, but their game will begin very shortly after the women's game. I suspect what will happen is we'll just clean the ice up, give the teams time to skate, clean the ice up one more time, and then we'll go. All right, here we go. Amelisha with a chance now, but puck gets taken away by number 9, Swanson, and gets dumped into the Utah zone. So Fish has to chase it. She sends it up to Harris, but it gets away from her. Then Levinson flings it back in deep. So Fish is going to have to dig for it again. She sends it up to Torrey, and it gets poked away from Torrey. And then here's a shot. Oh, my goodness. Here's a shot by Evans. She saw that puck. It kind of got away from the Utah defender, and she just scooped it up and flung it into the net. And so we are now 4-0. Michigan leads at 16:55 in the third period.
Just another mistake by the Utah defense. They give the puck away right in the middle where no one wants Michigan to have the puck, and they put it away.
And Michigan is far too good to let something like that go unpunished, as you might say. All right, Utah wins the draw by Up to Kistner. Kistner's got plenty of support. She carries across the blue line on the left. Swings around behind the net, skating hard, being pursued very hard by number 25, Mickey Rubin. She gets it off to the point. Stevenson sends it back to Stevenson at the point. Oh, it gets by her, and now she's going to have to go and retrieve it, and Utah's going to have to come out and regroup. Stevenson flings it up ice into the Michigan zone. Picked up there by Kolwich. Oh, nice interception there by Hansen. And Kistner's got a shot. Oh my goodness, she tries to pass it off to Cruikshank, but it gets by Cruikshank. And now back to Kistner. Kistner's getting back-checked hard by number 18, Gargiulo. And so Utah regroups. By. Skates it up through the neutral zone. And finally gets into the Michigan zone, but then it gets picked up by Proctor, and she sends it around back behind the net. Goes into the corner. Harris intercepts, and Amalishal is there to try and get a piece of it, but Michigan comes up with it. And the nice interception there by Beck. She's got a 3-on-3 now. If she can get past the circle, she's going to skate it in. Centering pass. Oh, it gets all the way by. Had two Utah players standing right there in the slot, but unable to put a stick on it now. Here comes Eileen Eichel. She's going to start something behind her own net, being pursued. She wraps around the boards up to her teammate. Harris gets broken up. Oh, gets picked off by Michigan. Nice little backhander there by Megan Matthews, broken up by a Utah defender. Beck scoops it up. Still fighting for it, trying to get it out. Oh, and then two players go down in a heap. No whistle. Simmer picks it up. And unable to, number 17, unable to corral it. Matthews, and now here we go. Here comes Yarrow. She's going to fighting hard against German, try and get that puck. She does manage to strip it off her, and then she goes down heap, and then a nice little shot there by Carrig, trying to take an opportunity for a shot. Ends up deep in the corner, and it's going to be, I think, offsides. So Michigan's going to change lines. 14:38 left in the game.
I think they actually might be calling icing.
Oh, it's icing. Wow. All righty then. I think this hole is getting pretty deep for Utah right now. 4-goal difference with only 14 minutes left in the game. That's a tough one. That's a tough ask.
Yeah, something you never like to see. Just Utah is just unable to keep the puck out of the goal, just like that.
Man, I was just about to say, great save by D'Antagnano. She's going to wish she had that one back. She had it, and then she turned a little bit, and the puck rolled over her chest and into the goal, with the top spin.
It got deflected into the Michigan player, and she just chipped it right over and knew exactly where to place it.
Yep. So Michigan now takes a 5-goal lead at 14:23 in the third period. I'm going to have to ask Jake to look up who that Michigan player was.
I think that was Goldman.
Goldman, I think you are right. I think you are correct. All right, so Michigan controls off the draw. Sends it deep into the zone. And Utah then still trying to clear that zone. Finally, Fish having a little bit of trouble, and it gets poked loose by Evans. Hendry's there to pick it up. She sends it across to Cruikshank, who tips it into the zone, but Michigan's back there to pick it up. That's Goldberg. She sends it up, and here comes Michigan. Looks like they're going to go for their break. Evans on the left. Carrying across the line was DeCreasy. She still got it. She goes for a centering pass. Oh, my goodness. And Gargiulo is going to wish she had that one back. She had a wide open shot, and she whiffed on the shot. Another shot from the point goes wide. Puck ends up in the corner. And number 19 again, Gargiulo, starting to break out from her own zone. She sends it up. She tries to send it up, gets a little bit hung up there. Puck kind of pops free. Still in the zone, Utah zone, but not anymore. Harris gets it around one player, but it ends up German. Oh, German almost nails the line official with that pass. Eliason kind of confused there for a second. Now here comes one of the Eichels. I can't quite see. It looks like that was Eileen Eichel. She gets ridden up into the boards, and now here comes Michigan. And that's number 21. Eliason goes down in a heap. There was a bit of a mid-ice collision there with her and another Utah player. Nothing on purpose. They were just both trying to skate towards a play, and they just collided mid-ice. She's going to be escorted to the bench with her teammates. Go and take a break. I don't think they called a penalty, right? They just stopped the play.
Yeah.
Stopped the play to give her a chance to catch her breath. And the faceoff will be just outside the Utah zone. Puck is still kind of just sitting there, tantalizingly. Finally gets knocked loose. And Weber sends it up to Cruikshank, but gets poked back by Michigan. It's going to be a race back there. Weber's going to get there first. She sends it around the boards to Kistner. Kistner's fighting for that hard, and it's going to be Ceballos is also back there. Oh, I'm sorry, is that 29? No, that's 23. Simmer. And then here comes Utah. They got a chance for a 2-on-3. Kistner across the line. Nice little drop to Hansen. Back to Kistner, who almost deflects it into the goal. Gets by her, though. Goes into the corner. Michigan recovers the puck. Hansen's not going to have anything to do with that, though. She says, no way, I'm not letting you have that puck. She dumps it in, but it's time for a change for her, so she goes and runs to the bench, skates to the bench. Meanwhile, Michigan's having a little trouble clearing the puck out of the zone. They finally do, and there's a nice little stretch pass to Simmer. Simmer's going to carry it through, but then loses it. Carrick picks it up, bounces it up to Harris. Harris up to Amel Eichel. She gets a little bit hung up, though, and somebody loses their stick. Looks like a Michigan player is going to have to go fetch her stick. And now here's a chance, hopefully, for Amel Eichel if she can get there first, and she loses an edge. She's not giving up, though. She's going to fight for that puck even when she's sitting on the rump of her pants. Finally, she gets up. Malszewski finally gets it loose and sends it up to Swanson. Swanson dumps it into the corner. Fish is there. Fish and Swanson fighting for that puck. Finally, Eileen Eichel's trying to clear it, but she ends up knocking it into a player, and it ends up stuck in the corner. 10 minutes, 52 seconds left in this game. Puck is bounced around the Utah zone. Utah really needs to try and take control of this puck, start something. They're just really having trouble getting something organized, and accidentally, bad pass there. It gets almost picked off. Well, it gets picked off by Malszewski. Gets picked off again, and the puck ends up in the corner. And Utah is just struggling to get the puck out of the zone. They finally do. Eileen Eichel finally gets it out of the zone, but it immediately pops right back in there. Cruikshank corrals the puck and finally sends it up to Hansen. Hansen tries to get around her player, unable to do so. Cruikshank comes in to help, but Evans managed to get it by him, and she skates in. She's been rid hard by Hansen, though. Nice D there. Nice, great back checking by Hallie Hansen. She scoops up the puck in the corner and finally wings it around the back of the net. And that was Hendry. Sends it in deep, but a little bit too far because it's going to be icing. All that work to get the puck out of the zone, and unfortunately it's going to be icing, which means it's going to come back into the Utah zone. 9:48 left in the game. I also want to mention that on Sunday, if you are up early on Sunday morning and you've got a hankering for some hockey, I can highly recommend that you show up at 10:30 in the morning here at the Salt Lake City Sports Complex to watch University of Massachusetts Amherst, ranked number 10, take on the same University of Michigan, ranked number 6. Now, that game will not be broadcast, so it's only going to be available here if you're here somewhere near in town and come see it. But I got to tell you, it's going to be an exciting game. All right. Now, Michigan trying to start something. Utah trying to start something. Puck kind of bouncing around in the neutral zone. And here comes Michigan. Carrying across the blue line. Gets intercepted by, it looks like, by. Up to Harris. Harris carries it and flings it in on net. Good chance there by Harris, and then does exactly what she's supposed to. She follows up on that shot. No rebound, though. Going to have a face-off instead. And Utah takes advantage of the break. Michigan as well. They decide good time to switch up lines. Eileen Eichel facing off against, can't quite see the Michigan player. Michigan controls off the face-off. And that's DeCreasy, Michigan's leading scorer. She tries to go for a stretch pass to Simmer, but it's beyond Simmer's reach. Simmer goes for another pass through the crease, but it gets by everyone there. Levinson sends it back into the corner. And now number 39, McCarthy, tries to send it in. And then here's a shot by Williams. It bounces off someone's shin guards and ends up in the corner. Malashewski, fighting for it. Levinson controls the neutral zone, waits for her teammates to clear the zone, then she carries across herself, hits McCain right in the shin pads. Cruikshank's there to scoop it up. She's got support. She's got Amal Eichel on the blue line waiting for her, but she's going to get that puck stick checked off of her. And then Eileen Eichel fighting for it hard along the boards, having a little trouble controlling, and then she finally picks it up, skates behind the net, drops a pass to, looks like, Harris. And then, to Beck. Beck sends it across, but unfortunately it's intercepted by a Michigan player. So Beck sends it up again. And this time it's picked up by Kolwich. And Utah, Gracie Cruikshank manages to send it in deep into the Michigan zone and then goes to the bench for a change. And Utah now with fresh legs. Pimentel sends it in, and here comes Michigan again. It looks like that is Evans. And she gets hung up right at the blue line, so she's going to have to come back out because she forgot the puck. Swanson carries across the blue line on the right side, dumps it in the corner, ends up behind the net. Pimentel's back there. Malashewski is back there. Pucks end up in the corner now. And finally gets cleared out by Hendry. By Nielsen. Kolwich tries to start something again, sends it up to Swanson, sends it deep into the corner, and then Michigan goes for a line change. Oh, Pimentel's going for the puck, and she gets taken down. No whistle. Boy, she's kind of slow to get up. That's not going to feel too good in the morning. Oh, nice save there by D'Antoniano. I think she sticked that one away. There's a big scramble in front of her crease. Michigan unable to keep the puck in the zone. We got 6 minutes, 38 seconds left in this game. Pimentel wings the puck down the boards, but it's intercepted by German. She starts something, sends it off, but then gets by Bryce. And Bryce has to go and pick it up behind her own net. Up to Evans. And across. Evans tries to send the pad across, but it gets tipped before it gets to Rubin, with a B. And Evans goes and says, why not? Just fling it on goal. Nice save by D'Antoniano. And now here comes Amal Eichel across the blue line. She doesn't have any help, so she just goes ahead and throws it on net. No rebound. Paneth squeezes it, saves it. Gonna have a face-off to her left.
That was the first shot Utah's been able to get off in a while. It seems like Michigan's offense has been way too much. And then when Utah clears it, they can't get anything going. They just give it right back to Michigan.
Right. And it just comes right back. Yeah, that's, I think, kind of been the bugaboo for Utah because they go to all that work to clear the puck out of the zone, but it comes right back.
Yep.
And boy, that can be really tiring. That really wears out your defense. All right, puck in the Utah zone again. Hendry getting ready to try and clear it out. She's going to spin around, being pursued there by 21 Eliasson. She finally does manage to clear it out. Eliasson scoops it up in her own zone. A little bit of a pass back and forth to her teammate, and it ends up getting scooped up by Fish. Fish, that wasn't a very good idea. Unfortunately, Fish was trying to pass it out, but instead she sent it right into the stick of Gargiulo. Utah got lucky on that one. Here comes Hansen. She's got support with Kistner in the middle if she can get that pass across. She's also got by on the point. She goes ahead and wings it in there. Nice wrist shot and a nice backhand by Cruikshank, but that goes wide. Michigan's unable to get the puck out of the zone. Hits Hansen. She might have a chance on that one. One-timer. Cruikshank goes for it and goes down. Kistner is there trying to poke at it. Nice little flurry here. Nice little offensive charge here by Utah for a change. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left in the game. I'd sure like to see Utah at least get 1 point on the board. and deny Poneth her shutout. Nothing personal, dear. All right, now here comes Michigan.
Oh, it's all personal now.
It's all personal. Levinson flings it in there. Rebounds, saved by Bai, and she's going to skate it around. She's going to skate to the boards. Is she going to be able to clear it out? No, but then unfortunately it's scooped up by Eileen Eichel. Out to Stevenson, who makes a nice little pass to Amal Eichel, but then she loses the puck, gets stripped off. Matthews is doing a good job battling for the puck along the boards, but it ends up in Stevenson's hands. She sends it back to Bai, and it dribbles out. Michigan picks it up, sends it back. Nice little pass to Matthews. It gets past Matthews to Creasy, holding the puck, and then crosses the blue line. She's going to go ahead and shoot it herself. It hits somebody in the shin guards, gets through again, and it goes off another pair of shin guards. Retrieved by Matthews. Back to Creasy. Nice little stick save there by D'Antoniano. Puck ends up in the corner. And again, it's going to be fought there with Matthews. And a couple other people. Bai's in there. And finally, Michigan comes out with it. Shot from the circle. Saved by D'Antoniano. Now here comes number 12. That is Kolwich. She whiffs on the shot. Puck ends up in the corner. Bai's going to dig it out. She sends it up along the boards to Nielsen. Nielsen tries to go for a cross-ice pass, but it misses. It gets by. And Michigan dumps it back in because they're going to go for a line change. Stevenson behind the net wraps the puck around the boards. And Bryce picks it up, sends it across the ice to German, and then gets picked up by Kistner. And Kistner's got Hansen in the middle if she can get it to her, fighting hard for that puck behind the net. And then it gets picked off again by Cruikshank, who swoops in. Centering pass almost denied. That was a nice save by Poneth. I thought that was going in, but I was wrong. Hansen's going to control the puck. Utah doing a good job here on this offensive charge. Kistner behind the net. Now to the point. To Beck, who flings it in on net, but it hits a bunch of bodies on the way. I think it hit German, actually. Kistner's trying for a centering pass. And McCain does a good job keeping it in, but unable to keep it in because Michigan's going to start Swanson down the blue line, down the wing, across the blue line. She gets hung up there behind the net. And now Utah is able to clear the zone, but it's going to be picked up right away by Michigan. Evans sends it in. Stopped by Beck. Back to Levinson. And then she dumps it in deep. A minute 46 seconds left in the game, in the period. Puck is hung up in the corner. And wide open shot from the high slot by number 25, I believe that is. Mickey Rubin. Michigan maintaining control of the puck in the Utah zone. In the corner. And Rubin sends it around, but it doesn't have enough legs, doesn't kick all the way around. Beck tries to send it the rest of the way. Eileen Eichel's in there trying to get it out, and finally it comes loose, and it looks like that is Amal Eichel. She's going to skate down, and she's going to try for a shot, but unfortunately it's going to get poke checked by the defender there, and then Ponce just pounces on it. 1 second more than a minute left in this game. Michigan leading Utah 5-0, and clearly outshooting Utah just about 3-1, I believe. That's been pretty steady through this whole game.
It has not been in favor of Utah at all. Michigan, as I said earlier, they just keep dominating the offensive side of the ice. But Utah did have a good spurt.
Here we go. Michigan's got a chance here because the puck's going to be deep, and the Utah defenders get there in time. D'Antoniano wisely stays on her feet and waits until somebody makes a move. And then Gargiulo sends it in around the corner, down and deep. Then she goes and fights for it along the boards. Still fighting for it along the boards, digging out. 33 seconds left in the game. And then finally comes loose. Kolwich lets loose something, and D'Antoniano makes a save. Puck skitters loose. And now here comes Hansen. She's going to carry it across the blue line. And she flings it in towards the net, but it goes way wide. Kistner scoops it up and sends it in. Hansen tries to send it in. Oh, Harris was right there. Puck just couldn't quite get to her. Now, Hendry from the point. Off to Hansen in the corner. Time is running out. Michigan certainly knows that all they have to do is just clear the zone, and that's going to be pretty much it. And the game ends Michigan defeats Utah 5-0 in 3 periods. And I think, Jake, you said it, it's that Utah could never get their offense going. Michigan dominated the play, dominated the offense, and just put all the pressure on Utah.
Absolutely. The only time Utah looked incredible was the first period. Like I said, the first period, Utah did not make any mistakes, and everything was going smooth. Just the next 2 periods, they just seemed to forget their whole calmness and just panicked the entire rest of the game. And that's what led to them ultimately losing.
Right, and I would have to agree that Utah really looked out of their game. They were not playing their game.
Definitely.
All right, we are going to take another break, and as I said, men's 1 coming up. Number 7 Arizona State facing number 10 University of Utah. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back after a short break.